Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryu Gozrar. Welcome back to part 4 of our Bronze to Masters series. We are now in silver. We got out of bronze last time, and we're here again, back to continue. I would like to quickly just take a few moments to touch upon a few comments from the last video. So one of the questions, or I guess concerns a lot of people have been asking me was, what is the point of add-on swapping? Typically in the videos, if you go back and look, in TVT we use the starport to create a reactor when we don't have a lot of gas or a lot of marines, and we want to get out enough marines before we really make any starport units. So one of the things you can do, if your starport already has a reactor, you can lift it off, build another one, and you can build 2 barracks, and by the time a reactor on a starport is built, the barracks will also be ready. They build at the same time. So what this means is you can have 3 barracks up, one with your tech lab, the initial one, and then 2 reactored barracks making marines, so that by the time your I guess 3rd reactor, the new one you finally build again with your starport, will be done, you'll be able to make 2 medevacs. In TVP, the add-on switch we often do is we take the factory and starport and we put 2 barracks onto those open tech labs. That is just to get combat shield and stim pack. Secondly, if you're ever struggling with these videos and following them, that is good. I just want to iterate right now and emphasize, Terran is not an easy race, and Bio is not really an easy style. It is a simple style in terms of the concept. You have Marines, you have Marauders, they shoot fast, keep the units alive. However, Terran is a race all about hitting a timing and making the most of that timing. Bio units exceed and do super well when you have the upgrades at the sharpest possible times with the right supply. At least in higher levels, these are the important things. So I really try to emphasize hitting those timings. The best thing I can recommend you do is you keep watching carefully and you pay attention to maybe the supply I put down my buildings and the time I put them down. However, I will say if you watch supply, take it with a grain of salt. Don't follow supply for, I guess, number to number, because it can vary quite a lot. For an example, I may do something at 52 supply, whereas in your game it may come down at 52 supply 20 seconds later. So try to follow timing more so than supply. Anyways, first game of the day, we got a TVP. We'll do that gas first shit. I don't think I even did it last video. Actually, did I? Let me think. I know I did Hellions one game, but I don't think it was gas first. So if you do gas first, it is a lot more aggressive as you get access to your factory a lot quicker. So it can be really nice. However, we only have a Reaper as opposed to a Reaper and Marine, and going a Reaper and Marine with gas first would be pretty pointless. So for that reason, just for the extra safety measure, we're going to go for a 17 SCV scout. Now I will say 17 SCV scouting with gas first feels really rough. You have less workers mining overall for a little bit because, you know, most of your workers are mining gas. So it is a small feels bad, but you won't die. Typically as well with gas first, you usually want to keep your Reaper at home. This is just in case they have something like a Zealot going out across the map. You can't really stop it because you don't have the Marine and you can't really delay it. So we send out an SCV scout. However, we get a really, really fast factory and in turn, a pretty quick starport. Well, actually, the starport comes down at the same time, but the unit we can make more of them. Anyways, we see he has 2 gases and 2 gates. So this is a really good scout right here. This is a 2 gate with no expo. So we want to just build our CC on the high ground, say right here, out of harm's reach. Then we'll go ahead and make our factory. And we'll make our depot right away. Usually you would grab a second gas, we're going to grab a depot. So depot, reactor, And then we'll take our next gas right away. And with this Reaper, we're just looking around for a possible proxy. When our SCV gets back, we want to throw down a bunker just a little bit around 220 or a little bit after. And we're just going to check around for something that could be on our side of the map. And we want to try and get in this bunker if we can. Now, it would have been safer to put the bunker on the high ground, I'll admit, but I'm feeling a little confident because this is a 2-gate that is done at his side of the map. Also, going for the Hellions is a little bit greedy, but forget about it. We have the bunker up now. So we'll rally one Marine in at a time in there, and we'll make the 2 Hellions. Now that our CC's done, we can put it on the low ground. We always build on the high ground just in case he goes for a fast zealot, which is the usual thing they should do. Now after the 2 Hellions, we're going to make 2 mines. We'll keep rallying in the bunker here, and we'll just go the kind of long way over to his natural. Notice we path through the minimap if you see my cursor. You can see here, they're kind of following a little path there. We just want them out of the way. Okay. We see he's going towards the bunker. We'll do 1 Widow Mine here, 2 Widow Mine here, and we'll just repair. And our Reaper Hellions in here now. We'll walk in. And we'll just shoot these units. And you can see we can focus a little bit on it for a little bit. But now we've got enough workers, so we want to focus on our macro because we're about to be splat capped. So we're going to take these 2 Widow Mines. We're going to load these guys up. And go for a drop here. We'll build 2 tech labs. And start going for reactored Marines here. And we got quite a lot of damage done. Honestly, this is, for the most part, game-ending damage, especially since he didn't really do much to this bunker. We're also going to throw down a 3rd CC soon. So we'll do a Raven, a tank, and a 3rd CC. And a 4 medevac drop here, so we'll fly it. And we'll do behind this double army. We're doing double eBay because we are late on upgrades. We'll just get both at the same time. Okay, we're gonna fly in. Drop, drop, drop. We don't want to drop this last one, so we press the stop key. And we drop the last one over here. Small little thing I like to do when I go for mines. Okay. We're gonna make 3 tanks here. And a Viking after the Raven. And now, I'm going to ignore our rule from last video where we take from the natural just because I'm a little bit lazy right now. We're going to build 3 barracks. We're going to drop double. Whoops, forgot to siege that mine. I'm going to drop a double depot or double eBay, and we're going to grab our 2 gases. Hopefully we'll have enough money soon for one more tank. Probably won't, which kind of sucks. But we're going to lift this off. Going to make this an orbital. Let's go back to making depots. Marines. Oh, there we go. That's the next tank. These 2 guys will go up here. Okay. And with this, we have a Raven and Viking. This is for safety in case of a War Prism or DTs. These guys are just going to be here to chill and protect against anything. We still have a lot of damage going on here. We're going to go and throw a scan. We see he's very low on workers. That's good for us. We're doing great. Okay. Double reactor. Stim combat shields, marauders, marines. And we'll keep this bunker up for now. And from here, we're just going to play the defensive game. We'll drop 2 more barracks. Upgrades are close to finishing. Hopefully by the time our 1-1 is done, we'll be able to do some sort of a timing. But we'll basically just come out here, drop a missile turret. You will hover. The Raven and Viking will be on the top here to prevent a War Prism. And the rest of our units will just chill here, defending. And we'll just focus on our depot production. Looks like I forgot to queue a little bit of extra depots. It's a macro mistake. And what we'll just focus on in TVP, basic 3-base macro. Oh, the armory got delayed. I don't know what happened. Oh, that's weird. See that again? It did it again. It just kind of blocked itself there. That's weird. Okay, so our 2T is going to be a little late. That sucks. Anyways, I still have people asking me questions about late game TVP, so even though we're way ahead, I just want to reiterate, you could usually go for a timing to kill the Protoss outright here if you're way ahead like we are now, but let's say we didn't kill nearly as many workers as we did, and we still don't feel safe yet, we can just macro up and wait a little bit. You know, we can drop our 4th CC, it's reaching the 8-minute mark, and usually we would just chill here, making units. At the 8:30 mark, I like to drop a Ghost Academy. We can get our 2-2 going soon. Put sound back on, since I don't feel as interrupted by it now. And we would just chill. We can go up to about 6 medevacs. We have 5 right here. When your Ghost Academy finishes, you want to start Enhanced Shockwave, and you want to stop making Marauders here for a little bit to save up for a couple of Ghosts. A pretty safe number of Ghosts is around 5 or so. Since our 3rd CC is building, we can go up to 8 barracks. A general rule of thumb is on 4 bases, you can afford up to 8 barracks. So we're going to go up to 8 barracks. We'll keep making depots. We'll raise our worker count because we're about to have a 4th base. We'll make more ghosts. We can start ship weapons. If you want, you can go liberators. We can throw down a quick scan or two. You see his 3rd base is still building. We generally are looking for his army though in this situation because we want to know, do we want to go for Vikings for possible Colossi? So we'll throw another scan down in a little bit to see his main. 1 reactor, 2 tech labs. This puts us to 3 reactors and 5 tech labs on our barracks. And again, you can just see I'm cycling through my bases. 74 workers is the ideal amount, by the way, on 4 bases, because that's the optimal amount mining, and 4 bases mining is the most you'll ever want. Anyways, we'll grab all of our units now, because we're about to be maxed. We'll make some more Vikings. See, he's got a lot of gates. Okay, in this case, we'd actually want to go for Liberators. But we're capped, so it's fine. So what we can do, we can mine this extra gas. We can build Fusion Core. And another Starport. We'll grab Ghost Cloak. And we'll just go for a timing. We have these 3 tanks, which will make a push pretty nice. And our 2-2 upgrades are about to be done here. So typically you want to do a 2-2 timing, but if you want to just be safe, you can wait up until you're maxed out. So we're going to have quite a lot of things to manage here between the Raven and the Ghost. So just keep in mind you have to press tab twice to get to your stim. But first we're going to siege our tanks, our mines, grab the Ghosts, EMP, and we'll have the Raven and Viking on a separate hotkey, just in case anything like Colossus comes, we can either anti-armor or disable. In this case, we see an Immortal, so we walk up, disable it, just to show you an example of the micro. Anyways, you can see our opponent is just being absolutely crushed here. Doesn't have nearly enough stuff to deal with us. So we'll grab Liberator range, reactor on that next starport. And that's that game. Okay, that one's probably a super confusing game, but that is a way you can play gas first aggressively. You can see it gets a lot of eco damage early on. Behind it, you can just turtle up on tanks. The mistakes we made that game were we could have had way better depot production, and our gas is a little bit late, so it looked a little bit sloppy. Our timing could have been a lot more crisp. So you can see at higher levels, if you don't feel like your timing is going to be coming out too well, I think it's safer to just kind of sit back and turtle. Anyways, We got a TVZ here. I'll finally be able to show you guys a standard TVZ build. I wasn't able to show you one last video. Excuse my typing. So in TVZ, Hellions are a really big unit in the matchup. I didn't get to show you guys last time because we got cheesed or we did the mineral only, but a lot of Zergs will go for Lings because they're kind of like the Marine of their army. It's kind of an essential staple unit, plus they're fast and do a lot of damage. So one great unit early on against the Zergling is the Hellion. Now I'm just going to say now, I do like playing mech a lot, and I also like playing bio a lot, but this series is almost only going to be dedicated to just bio. If you want to fucking play mech, I'll make another series, or you can watch Vibe. Though, personally, from what I've heard, Vibe's bronze to, I guess GM is what he did, is a little bit more memey when he was playing mech. So I personally prefer to play just the standard rather than memes when I'm teaching people. But to be fair, Terran is not Vibe's main race either, so. Anyways, we go 16-16. You guys remember how that goes. 16 barracks, 16 gas, Reaper Orbital, CC, Marine, Factory. Now, I did say we would SCV scout every TVT, but I got a little bit distracted. 17 scout this matchup. Knowing if they went pool first or not is really important. How you tell, if your SCV gets there, and their hatchery is not done, but their spawning pool is, you know it's pool first. Or just if their spawning pool is done by the time your SCV scout gets there. Now, in TVZ, I like to always send the Reaper as fast as I can to the natural, just to see their hatchery, because this is another way of telling. And I like to make 2 Marines, and you do this because if you see that their natural is not done, then you keep the second Marine. If it were, then you would cancel it and make a reactor. So here, we see it's some sort of rush, so we immediately go and build a bunker, and we just keep making Marines. And you know what, we said we wouldn't do this micro, so I'm just going to leave. And we'll just have the Reaper chilling right here. We'll make our orbital. We'll make 1 Hellion. And 1 more Marine. And we'll load up into the bunker. And we will go reactor, tech lab. And we'll send the Reaper in again, just along the outskirts, and then out if we can get it. And we'll make 1 Liberator from the starport. And we'll shift it like that. Okay, we see here he's throwing down an infestation pit, and he has lair. This is either a fast hive, or it is a fast storm host. Either or, we have a lot of windows to do damage. So we're going to swap these 2 buildings here and drop our 3rd CC. This is a really early 3rd CC, but we know for sure we're not under any threat. C is linked, so we're just going to send the Reaper back. And we're going to swap these 2 buildings here so we can get those Hellions like I was talking about, because he only has Lings right now. And we're going to start Stimpack over here. When this is done, it's going to make a reactor. And we're going to have the Liberator just siege. It's going to shift here, here, siege. Liberators are really efficient and good harass that are pretty easy to use. Anyways, we're going to grab our Reaper Hellion. We're going to make about 5 Hellions here. Usually we go up to 6, but we made the one safety one early on just in case he did do a rush. In this game, he did not. So you can see here, we take the Liberator. You kind of siege it in the back. You want to cover at least 3 or 4 patches. Sometimes even 2 is fine. Anyways, we lift this up. Make another reactor. Another tech lab here. We bring this here, 2 barracks. Keep making depots. We grab these guys here, we send them across the map. We see here, he's struggling to deal with the Liberator. It's stopping him from mining here. It's nice. We make our orbital. And we build at home 2 e-bays and 2 gases. And when these 2 e-bays finish, they should be able to rally into this gas. We make a tank immediately, and we're just making marines and tanks at home. Anyways, we can just walk in here with our Hellions. We see he's going for a hive rush. Okay, so we see here, he went 2 spines right away. So, what do? We immediately put the Liberator. Over here, we see he's going for an infestation pit. He went for infestors. And we do this. We just siege these units right over the hatchery. And we go to place our third. We're making marines, tanks, and yeah. And we're keeping our units just out here. We want to kill these infestors, because they're really expensive. Pull back low health units. Anyways, he's no longer mining. The game is basically ours. We'll drop down another pair of racks and salvage this bunker. And remember our rule in TVZ, walls are important, so we make one right away. He's still struggling to get this. I don't think he knows, but you can actually lift up the spore crawler here. Anyways, we'll just sit on the outskirts here. We'll build an armory now. And we'll just chill with our units. You can siege the tank at the third here. And we can grab these marines, load them up into the medevac, and go for a double medevac drop right here, where it's safe. Rule of thumb in TVZ, always drop outside of their vision range. We'll now take our 4th base, reactor. In TVZ, you also want to go mostly, for your first 5 barracks, you want 4 reactors and 5 tech labs. Sorry, 4 reactors, 1 tech lab, because you want mostly marines in this matchup. You want your gas spent elsewhere. We're going to kill this quick infestor here. Go back to making depots. When your 3rd base is on the way, you can go ahead and drop down 3 barracks to go up to a total of 8 racks. We'll take these units here. We'll go in. When you have an armory, if you still have Hellions, you can turn them into Hellbats. We go +2/+2 and vehicle armor. I like vehicle armor a lot because it scales with all your units that aren't bio. Anyways, we then stim and just go in here. It's a pretty easy win. We see he has a base here, so we take this batch of marines, double drop it outside here, and we just kill his stuff. We can get concussive shells. Now with these next barracks, these are the actual barracks where we do want to go for tech labs, and that's just because as the game reaches the 4th base stage, Zerg will start to get out Hive and other units like more Banelings and Ultralisks, which the Marauder does really well against. Marauders are also really good at soaking up damage, so it makes sense to get them. We can scan around real quick for some bases. See our opponent has another one right there. So, another double drop here. Keep sieging our tanks defensively. This force will head over there. This force as well will head over there. We can rest assured that this is a pretty easy way to win. I've said this before, doing this type of strategy in SC2 is so dog shit. If you're losing, don't expect your opponent to give you the time to do something like this to win the game. It's just never going to work. And you can see he neuroparasited. Medevac against Bio, this is never going to work. He just kind of loses. Anyways, we'll make some depots. We're a little bit supply capped. Consistent depot production in TVZ is huge, but I'm not really showing it too well. And he doesn't have the base up here. Maybe he has the one here, but either way, that should be game. Yep. That's TVZ. As you can see here at the 10-minute mark, usually it should be 9:30. You want to be maxed out, which we technically are maxed out. We're just a little bit of supply off. And you want to have your +2/+2 upgrades. Oh, nice achievement. Unbreakable. Cool. So again, we should have kind of clued in earlier that if he's not spending all of his money there and he has no workers and he's still in the game, he has to be doing something on the map. So the thought process everyone should have. If you honestly need to, something I recommend to a lot of people, which I don't think is a bad idea, if you have a second monitor, have maybe some sort of a checklist on your second screen that you like to look at and think about when you're playing the game. Like, hey, remember to make 2 depots at a time, or check the map for proxies or hidden bases. You can also have it stapled to a piece of paper beside you on a bulletin board or something. I think these are like really good things you can do to help yourself improve. I'm not memeing here either. I used to have a notebook beside me when I played back in 2015 and 2016. It's a very effective strategy. But then as I moved away from it, it's because I just started to build my own mental checklist. Of course, being in 2015 and 2016, I was only Diamond. I only got Masters at the end of 2016. So my checklist obviously wasn't that strong. I hope that the ideas and suggestions I'm giving you guys is helpful. My advice may be complicated, and it may be difficult to understand, but I honestly want like the game to be taught to everybody the best way it can be, which is properly. It kind of comes off as conceited, or I don't know if conceited is the right word. I don't know. I just feel like there's a right way of playing a game like StarCraft, because it's a tough fucking game, and then there's just an easy way of playing it, or a wrong way. Nothing wrong with those ways. I just prefer that people who watch my content learn to play it well and end up as good Terran players. So I don't someday hear from you guys with silly questions like, why is the 2-on-1 not winning games in TVZ? Just gonna take a quick moment to say, if you're learning, stay as far away from the 2-on-1 as you can. It is a dog shit build. So fucking terrible. In this meta, it really doesn't work anymore. It worked back in 2016, and even then, there are way better builds than it. It is the only relic from the past that has not died yet. I don't know why. It's honestly not really even that fun in comparison to some other builds. Anyways, TVP, 1616. We're gonna do our standard mine drop build. You guys know the one. We drop 2 to 3 mines and go for that 1-1 timing at 6:30. Remember, our timing is 6:30. We want to have stim, +1, and combat shields. So let's see how that goes. Again, feel free to slow down the video or look back to see how I do things if you want to get a better idea of what I'm doing so you can hit the timing better. And if there is anything that does come up, I'll go over it and explain why we make changes to the build. Anyways, we're going to take a Reaper. Always have it go to the natural first. This is just to check if they have a natural or not, because people will sometimes skip over that and then die to a cheese. Reactor. One thing you can do is you can have your Marine check around here for proxies. Okay, so we see Pylon, no Nexus. Cannon. Okay, so we know he didn't put his money into early units, but instead into early defense. 2 cannons is 300 minerals. Let's say we don't know how to micro, we're just going to leave that Reaper there until he pulls multiple, or until a Reaper reaches below 5 HP, then we'll leave. And we'll just chill a little bit. So we know we put all of his money into early defense. Useless. Really fucking useless. It's not going to do anything for him. Word of advice. By the time we ever get up this ramp, we are going to have so much more than one cannon could ever hope to hold. And his one cannon in the back, it just makes here exposed. It'll still provide vision of the Widow Mine, but the Widow Mine's not a cloaked unit anymore, so it doesn't matter. Okay, after the starport's done, you have this SCV chill here. And you go barracks, whoops, We actually need to build this a little bit back here because it's going to interfere with the tech lab. Tech labs are about a depot in space. One more mine. Another depot. We can have these units chill at the top here if you're ever worried about an oracle. Another thing, 5 Marines does hold off an oracle. At 4 minutes, you want to grab your eBay. Okay. Tech lab. Boost. We'll have the Reaper go in. Just check, and then out. We'll grab our 3rd gas. Okay, we see Forge Gate. He has a Stalker, so we can rule out that he has a tech lab, or he has a cyber. We know he has a cyber for sure now. Which he almost always should. It's a pretty core building. Okay, Stim. +1. Reactor. After you have all of these, then you go for combat shields. Okay, we grab our medevac. We want to stick close to the top side because he has the cannon. And we see a Stargate. And we'll kind of drop this right over here. He's focusing the medevac, that's perfect. We'll try to get this worker right here, and nailed it. Boost home. Marauder. Oh, we forgot some depots at home, that's fine. We'll grab our 4th gas. Two medevacs for the timing. We'll cut here our workers because we don't need any more. We'll make 1 more. Marines, Marauders. Widow Mines as often as you can get them. Widow Mines are your primary form of splash here. If he has charge lots, these are the units that'll help you the most. 2 depots non-stop. We can add some missile turrets if you want. Remember, when you have the injured medevac, it makes sense to repair it. Okay, cool. And our timing is now ready here. So, we'll wait for this to be done being healed, and we'll head across the map. With this extra worker, we'll send him over to the 3rd base to drop the CC at around 6:30, and we're going to path up this big ramp because it's the safest one to go up. Behind this, we'll prepare the timing here. We're actually going to drop down the 3rd CC first. Marauder. Let's have these units come back a little bit with the rest of the bio. Double medevac. We'll grab +1 shields. Drop our mules. Widow Mine. We'll go back to SCVs now. Or not SCVs, but depots and then SCVs. Okay. We stim in. We're a little bit late on the timing. That's fine. Could have moved out a little bit earlier. We also took the long route. I can just see we're crushing him. It's not even close, even though we're like 20 seconds late. We pick up these units here. We go and drop them in the main if we want. These units are literally body blocking these probes. It's so funny. If probes path to a mineral line, by the way, they don't get body blocked. It doesn't look like our opponent knows that, though, so... They ignore unit collision. Anyways, he's going for Chad Rays. You guys know what my saying is on them. They fucking suck. Don't go for them. We'll go for our next 2 barracks. We had our 4th and 5th Rex, because we're on 3 bases now. Oh. Fucking misclicked the mineral patch. Also, notice how I'm not even watching and I'm still killing shit here. It's just because we know we have more than him. In this position, I don't need to watch your units fight. It's really useless. You can see here we have just over 7 mines. 5 to 6 is a really healthy number to have. So when you're fighting, aim to have 5 to 6 mines when you leave your base. Anyways, that's a rank up. Good shit. I just want to also say, the point of this series, well, it's meant to help people understand, like, some things you can do to go from bronze to masters. A part of it was just to prove the point that we can win games just by hitting timings, which is, it's going to happen this level, it's going to happen in gold, Platinum, and it's gonna happen in Diamond and Masters, because that's just how Bile wins games. They hit timings. And if your opponent's good enough to hold those timings, or you made a mistake, then that is when you play the late game, and I don't think we're going to see much of those games. We may, but I don't think it's likely. Anyways, TVZ, 16-16. Cool little thing you can do here. Look for the mineral patches that have one SCV and are closest to your CC, like this one here, and rally your workers to it. That'll just make mining a little bit faster. Okay, 17 SCV scout. You may notice when two SCVs reach a mineral patch at the same time, they bounce from it. There's a little technique we have for that called worker splitting. Or not worker splitting, worker stacking. Where you take the SCV that's going to reach it last. So let's say this one here. And you can see, you just keep clicking the mineral patch until he stays on it. And that is the concept of worker splitting. I didn't really do it there well, but I have a video on it if you want to check it out on my channel. I have a lot of little videos covering some neat tricks and tips, as well as just mostly other fucking builds, if you can't follow the builds in-game. Which is why the builds are done against the easy AI, in case anyone's wondering. So you can focus on just the build. Anyways, gas, pool, this is standard. Our opponent is not doing anything cheeky. If he was, the spawning pool would be finished, but this is a standard game, so we can safely make just one Marine this game. Marine reactor, rather. We can rest assured he won't do that thing where there's like 2 or 4 lings on my side of the map. So, we'll go ahead and make our Marine. We'll go ahead and drop down our factory. Also, sometimes you may see an Overlord like this. You can just have the Marine rally over to it. If you don't know if it's pool first or not, though, don't do that, because then it'll act as a bait, and it can sometimes get your Marine killed. But we're just going to leave our Marine close to the ramp here, on hold. Just to show. Anyways, we'll walk up, we'll shoot this drone. Okay, we'll leave now. Pretty sure this guy's smurfing, actually. His reaction was rather quick to that. We'll see, though. Oh. Yeah, he's definitely smurfing. Okay. Yeah. Immediate creep to Mirror's a tell. Not many people at low levels know to do that. Okay. I'll show you guys then what an accelerated TVZ would look like. Yeah, he already has the second queen there too. So, with the Reaper, you can go in, snipe tumors. Don't risk losing it though. This guy is definitely not playing at the MMR though. I'll try to play a normal game. We may lose this one, maybe not. I don't think so. I feel confident. So the build we're going to be going for is the most standard one in TVZ. It is the Hellion Lib. 6 Hellions, 1 Liberator, into a 645 Marine tank timing. We're just going to poke around with the Hellions here. Key when you're using the Hellions is just to poke with them to keep your opponent honest. And these last 2 Hellions are always going to be rallied here, just in case he sends his Zerglings out. We leave 2 Hellions until the CC and wall is fully complete. Okay, let's go up here. We saw he only had 4 lings, so we can just poke around. We see he still has no 3rd base, so we make a tech lab first. And a bunker. Marines. I'm gonna build the 3rd CC somewhere over here. And typically we would be dropping... Oh, okay. We actually do see something here. So, we're going to go ahead and cancel that Viking. We don't need it. We're going to make our 2 racks. Tank. Liberators are really easy to use. You just keep re-sieging them in difficult spots to hit. Our wall is fully made, so we can bring these 2 Hellions over. Range deny creep. We have 2 eBay starting, so want to get those gases going. Want to make tanks. Okay, we see he has his lings over there. We don't want him to keep dropping creep here, so we can go up here even. This reactor's done, so we make a new one. Did deal with the Liberator, that's fine. It's not meant to be a kill everything and survive. It's not a war hero, to say. Combat shields. Our timing's definitely going to be late. We cut a little bit of corners. It's fine. Up, and... what happened? Okay, I think he was a Smurf, but I don't think he was a very high-level Smurf. Because he just kind of dropped the ball here. He's floating so much money. Looks like he was going to go roaches, though. Maybe he was planning some form of an all-in. I don't know. Either way, he did not keep up well with his spending. I guess I overestimated him. Pretty sure he's not actually a Silver League player, though. Yeah. Ton of losses. To win loss, to win loss. Actually, maybe. Let's look at one of his games here. Okay. Completely smorks this guy. Does lose to this guy, though. Let's see his loss streak, though. Good way to tell is by checking their match history and seeing the games they lost and how long they've lasted. Oh. My StarCraft here just froze. Weird. Okay. It's awkward. There we go, it's back. Yep. Here we can tell he has a bunch of losses with him instantly leaving. If I had to guess, I would say he's smurfing from maybe mid-diamond or low masters. Because he did his early game properly, but he was floating so much early game. Or rather, like going from the early game to the mid game. The push would have just outright killed him. Oh, forgot to rally our worker. It's a weird freeze for my game, though. Anyways, I'm just going to say now, if we do think it's a Smurf game, I'm going to focus a little bit less on trying to play slow and more on just trying to outright win. Because I want to smash everybody. Why? Because why not? I do an SCV scout, even though it's Protoss, why not? I'm going to show you guys another little neat way you can play the game. This is kind of the haha get fucked timing. It's excuse me. It is a TY build. It's pretty good. It will work if he does not go for a fast forge, or unless he goes 2-gate. If he goes 2-gate, it may not work as well as we want it to. But if he goes standard... oh, he did go forge. Fuck. My silver lining. Why do these people do this? It's so terrible. Oh, I think he's trying to cannon rush. Because his worker's right here. Whatever. Okay, we have a cyber here. Let's bring 2 workers down anyways. I'm not really afraid. I have 1 worker hit. This worker will just go and chill. Does he make a cannon here? I don't know. We're actually going to just leave the CV here to wander. And send you back now. Reaper will go and kill that probe. Okay, he was trying to cannon rush. There's 2 workers there, so that's the tell. This is a pretty ass fucking cannon rush. I don't know what his idea was here. Okay, went for a zealot. So we send the worker home. We send the Reaper in. Because he has a zealot, we can make a single bunker. That justifies it. Because he may send the zealot across now. Okay, let's go in here. This is no doubt a stalker. JK, it's a second zealot. He can't afford a stalker. No gas. When the zealot comes, we just leave. We'll go check his natural. It's a pretty good thing to know if he has. Okay, he has no natural, so we're ahead. In this situation, actually, you can probably play greedy. He doesn't have any gas, so there's no tech transition he can do to kill us yet. So we'll just do a tech lab right away. Okay, we'll leave. We'll actually check the map for hidden expos with this Reaper, and then have it planned to come back in at the end after it's checked everything. After the starport, third CC will be built. We'll make a cyclone and another tech lab. And we'll just gimp out our Marines for a little bit. Restart them now, but yeah. We will now make a Raven and a Mine. Wanted to say we could have held out on making the depot, but it looks like we cannot. Yeah, we definitely can't. Okay, that was a misjudgment on my part. We'll drop our third gas. Double barracks. And we'll do double eBay. And with the 2 eBays dropped, we'll do another refinery. See in here, he has his cannon, 2 cannons. We didn't see the front of his base. The cyclone will just kind of chill here. The Widow Mine will chill kind of on the outskirts here to prevent a War Prism if he does that. Some people like to do that. Okay, we'll lift these up. Grab our +1/+1. We're going greedy so we can afford to build both. Build this here. A Vision Depot over here. Reactor. We'll immediately drop our mule, because dropping a mule is really important. We already got a scout, so we don't need a scan. We'll go Stimpack. Combat shields. Also, if you have to choose between your +1 or your stim, get your +1 first because it takes longer. It's about 114. Stim is just 100 seconds. Anyways, these 2 units will just check here. Start rallying our workers to go there. Build a depot there to rally to. We need more depots. We'll make 2 here. And our upgrades are about to finish, so we'll drop one of those as well. And we're going to go for a little bit of a late timing here. Our timing is going to be at 7 minutes, that's just because we went for the Raven. Ravens usually make your timing slower by 30 seconds, because your medevacs are delayed. So are your upgrades. That's fine though, Ravens are pretty powerful units, so it's totally justified. We're actually going to take these 2 workers here and make 4th and 5th racks. Our economy behind this is going to be way better, so... Okay, we'll start moving out. These upgrades will still finish. If we moved out a little bit earlier, it actually should be done just by 7. When the medevacs come out, you can watch them on the bottom here. You want to boost. Click A on the minimap there. Boost. Okay, one of mine drop here. Well, not drop, but like siege. And we'll go in. We'll just drop auto turrets, why not? Auto turrets are really fucking powerful. They had so much damage. And yet another showing of the infamous photon cannon not doing jack shit. If he has so many photon cannons and your push doesn't work, fucking make siege tanks. They're really shit. Okay, we'll drop a Ghost Academy. Let's say he did have a good transition behind this of Mass Gateway. This one pylon is powering everything. If we turn it off, all of his production's gone. Oh, look at that. He was going Stargate. I can only wonder what unit. It looks like it was the carrier or the Phoenix that he was going for. Pretty dog shit units, but whatever. Okay, that's game. We had no hit in Expo. As you can see, playing like this is hot garbage. I'm actually curious. Was he just making Phoenixes? Yeah, he was. Okay. It's a pretty easy game. You know, a lot of people want to just see me play games in the higher leagues, and we are at the 50-minute mark already. I'll try to keep going with this video just until we hit Silver 1, so we can get to the Diamond Leagues quicker, hopefully. Okay, we're against Mr. Jack Daniels here. We'll do double gas, because this map is relatively short. Plus, there's like this giant fucking cliff here, and a random hole right here. So, why not? It is 9:30 in the morning. I would say it was up until 5 or so 30 in the morning. I was playing a lot of Hearthstone last night. If you guys don't play Hearthstone, let me tell you, that game is really fucking fun. I don't care what anybody says. Hearthstone's a great game. 17 Scout. Every second gas. Yeah, Hearthstone is super fun. I really like it. If you do play it, mill decks are the funniest thing in the world. That's basically when you dedicate your entire deck to making their cards fatigue, because there's only a certain amount of cards you can hold in that game, which is 10, and if people overdraw, the card is just gone. So mill decks have people overdrawing cards. It is super funny to me, and I just played with a bunch of those. I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing, but he missed the depot placement. That's really funny. Okay, let's go in here. He's got 1 gas, 2 gas starting at the same time. Okay, he fucked up. And this is CC first. So, this is the greediest opener Terran can do. We go across the map immediately and we kill him. He's gonna maybe try and make a barracks here. His barracks still isn't started. So, his bunker's gonna be late. We do our gas pull. 1 from here, 2 from here. Factory. By the way, you only do the pull once you start the factory. And then when the CC's back, you want all your... When the CC started, you want all your guys mining gas again. So remember, 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. Have this guy go over here. We're 16 out of 16, so we can start rallying in here. Just go straight over there. Hellion. We cut a worker for just a little bit here. Okay. We do a depot. We actually have a worker go back to mining here. So we can have 16 out of 16. At 30, we make a starport. We have the money. Now, we're gonna say we don't have the greatest micro, so we're multitasking, so we're just not gonna do shit with our obvious per unit lead here. Just gonna keep hitting a CC. This is fine to do if you really don't have that extra APM. It can be tough, and your macro behind this is better. Double tech lab. Okay, we're 16 out of 16, 3 out of 3. So we start rallying down to the natural, and as you can see, double gas just outright kills him. His bunker was way too late. It looks like he was going for a fucking engineering bay, which is stupid because he can't really afford it. What did his gas go into? Oh, he did make the PF here. Let's see. By the way, if he does make this PF, the big move here, the big brain, is you walk past it and you start shooting this building. And you just kind of asked to evacuate his mining for too long, so you just outright win. Anyways, that's plus 20. Fuck, it's gonna take a while to get to silver 1. It's fine though. Was this guy new to the game? No, he's been playing quite a bit, but it looks like he's an arcade player. Oh, jeez. Poor guy. Oh, shit. Let's change this to busy. And we'll just do a little bit of a stretch. Stretching is important when you play the game. If your wrists ever hurt, you should take a break. Typically, I think the ideal times to play ladder are 3 hours at most. Well, no, actually I'd say 3 to 5 hours is a safe amount. If you're really pushing to see consistent improvement every day, you can play for 7+ hours. And if you want to guarantee improvement, 10 hours, but that's a really unhealthy amount, so for obvious reasons, I do not recommend it. Okay, we'll do double gas again. Again, another smaller map. Something like Eternal Empire, we'd want to do RFE. RFE is short for Reaper Fast Expand, which is the 1616 or the 1516. So racks first or gas first. Remember, SCV Scout, it's TBT. Knowing what our opponent is doing is pretty big. By the way, let's say you see he has a depot in his base, no gas, no barracks. It's probably a proxy barracks, in which case you know it's a bunch of Marines because there's no gas. If there is gas, then it's probably proxy Reapers. So add that to your mental list of checklists for things we want to scout for, because those are immediate threats that could kill us. In this case, we see it is a CC first. We can tell because our SCV is getting there and his CC is almost done. And his barracks is not even close to being done. That's fine. So the trick here is you go double gas and you send your units across the map. Believe it or not, this is really hard to hold if you are if you're not going Reaper Fast Expand, because he has to defend here, but Reapers can also jump up here, and we can see by like just where he put his buildings, he's not going to really be able to stop both. So our first Reaper will go right across the map here and just try to do some damage there. If he can fight any of his workers early on, that would be great. He should have a bunker and 2 Marines, though, if he did this properly. We'll kill the free worker. Okay. We'll make our depot at 27. Swear to God if that's a PF. Okay. We're gonna jump up here. It looks like he's gonna make Marauders. Make our starport at 30. Yep, it's Marauders. And that's an orbital. That's fine. All well and good. Double tech lab. We'll just chill. Again, we have 16 out of 16, so we start rallying down to the natural. The starport SCV always goes to the natural. And we just kind of shoot him right here. And we focus the Marauder. We throw grenades behind it. Pull back the low HP unit. Sucks we lost it. We could have definitely done a better pullback. It's fine. Okay, we swap these two. We make a Cyclone. Cyclone immediately goes up here. We know he lost his first unit, so it's probably getting concussive shells now. And we just start rallying our units here. Grab both your gases. If you can, you want to focus these units, the Marines. That'll reduce his DPS. When the depot's down, you can walk in. Don't jump over the cliff with your Reaper. That's not safe. Focus workers. The more you can get, the better. If he pulls his workers to attack, then you throw grenades in the path you're running, like this, and it'll bounce the Reaper or the workers back. This is just kind of like an anti-aggro loop. Another Raven. We only go up to 2. Okay, we see he's making Marines here. We just throw grenades at them. While they're in the air, you then go and attack them. And it's a pretty easy win here. CC first, just outright dies if you're not good enough or know what you're doing. It's really hard to make work. So, that should be game. We can drop down 2 more barracks here. He made a siege tank, but that doesn't really fucking matter. That's not gonna do shit. And that's game. I don't even know why he would stay in there. He lost all of his workers. It's not worth it to play that out at all. Okay, moving on. Let's hope we can get silver ones soon. Because it's now about an hour into the video. Oh, I fucking love apple juice. Okay, we're against Mr. Zerg Optic here. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Tipo. I put the depot over here on this side because it's out of the fucking way of the SCV scout. Technically I could just lower this depot when the SCV scout goes out, but I'm lazy, so why not? Whatever. It's my reason. I didn't say it had to be good. Probably isn't. You can probably just take the closer one just to get that depot down an extra millisecond faster. But whatever. It's not a make or break difference. As long as you know what's going on, it's all G. Okay, now SCV scout comes in. There's no hatchery. So we build the CC on the high ground. We see a spawning pool, a second gas. Let's follow this worker right here. He makes another hatchery in his base. That's stupid, but whatever. We'll respect it. Since our CC is on the high ground, we have a full wall here with no add-on in the middle. We can go ahead and make the single marine and not have to worry about a bunker. The second gas is concerning. That usually means roaches. So what we'll do is we'll place our factory a little bit back. About enough so that if we wanted to build a bunker, we have room here. And we will just go straight into the main with the Reaper. Whoops, you two get in there. Okay. This is a very fast layer. Is this a build? Why are people doing this? Okay. Just run around. Okay. Never mind. All of our fears are fine. We have nothing to worry about because our opponent decided he would invest his early game resources into teching to a layer super early. You can't even make a lot with this. I don't know why anyone would want to do this. Okay. In retaliation to what our opponent is doing, we'll just make Hellions and then at some point run past them. So we'll leave our Reaper right here. Maybe send it in for a little quick peek. Okay, so he has his lair. What building is he going to put down? A Hydra Den. Okay. So at this is he actually microing his fucking queen for this Reaper? Fuck off. It's so funny. Okay. Rally the lib. Start stim. Depot. On this map, the wall is a little bit awkward. You, Our depot's gonna be late. We're gonna do 2 at the same time. You want to wall off this little patch here with 3 depots like that. But, yeah. We're gonna cut the 4th and 5th Hellion for a little bit here. Actually, we're just gonna cut them in general. I don't feel scared at all. We'll drop our 4th CC. We will go over here and make this depot. Okay, and we're just gonna run in. His Hydras are out, and they do absolutely nothing. They actually get fucking shat on by the Hellions, which is so funny to me. There goes 200 gas and 400 minerals. Looks like he was planning to go lurkers. Yep. Whatever, there go your drones. You can line them up, but they just die quicker. Live long and prosper. Okay. At this point, we can ignore them. He's not winning anymore. Against this, though, you would just make tanks and save your scans. Did he finally kill those? Oh, he did. Okay. So we'll just siege the Liberator right over here. And, yeah, we'll just kill this Ag. Welcome to the mid-game, buddy. Okay, cool little trick here. When they have buildings lined up like this, you siege the Liberator over them, and it becomes harder to get around it. Of course, this is a pretty shitty circle, but it's fine. Okay, so his Hydra just finally cleared that up. It's fine, though. Again, we're just going for our timing here, so we'll make our medevacs and our Marines. I don't know why I canceled that one. I meant to cancel the one here. I like to have my Marines pop at the same time. No reason. I just like it. Stop CTM. I don't know what the fuck CTM is. Play just like a man. What? I don't know what any of this means. I think he's BMing us, though, for doing Liberator and Hellion harassment, which is technically more manly than making fucking Hydras, because those are units that the Hydras should very easily beat. But, I don't know, it's not really fair if we're not playing like men. So, I don't know. Okay, we'll make an armory here, and we're just going to build another wall like that. This is just another floodgate. Okay. So our army will go over here and just kind of win the game. At this point, the timing doesn't matter because we're just going for the kill move here, but it definitely could have been faster. Or had more behind it. Start up a 4th CC. Okay, and just for him, we'll let him know we're coming, like real men. Real men announce their arrival. It's gotta be him, I'm not gonna lie, but he has a single lurker here. We have 1 orbital, 2 orbital, 3 orbitals, no scans, we can probably wait. Anyways, this is bad. You don't build a hatchery in your fucking main base this early, and you definitely don't go lair this early. It's really useless. Not gonna do much for you. Alright, that was our 100th win. Is that actually our 100th win? How many games did I play on this account before I unlocked ranked on it? Damn, I didn't realize I've played so many. It's funny too, because I played a lot of Zerg on this account. Like, just for shits and giggles to learn it. My Zerg is not very good. I would say my Zerg and Protoss are at minimum just Masters 3. I like to say GLHF only when somebody else does. Just because if somebody says nothing, then it's a silent game for me. It's something I do. Alright, I will show you guys another variation of 1616, one that may be easier for people to follow. I'm going to show you guys the classic Three-barracks build, one of my favorite builds of all time. Also one that's going to win the game faster because I want to be done. The faster we can get to silver, the better. Silver 1, that is. This build, we don't go for the extra marine, so we're going to do an 18 SCV scout. That's where you rally the SCV at 17 out of 23, so it pops out at 18. It's a slightly better version of the 17 scout, and it's also worse. It's worse scouting-wise, better economy-wise. Oh, excuse me. And a good economy is what we want, because we're going to be spending our money just as we get it. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Odd. It's a burps. Whoops. What the fuck are you doing? Go over here. This is a 2-base push. Okay, we see as a gas worker just headed out. I don't know why. It's definitely not to throw down a natural though, so that's 1 gas, 1 gate. Cyber. Okay, yes, 2 gas. Did he have the 2nd gas the entire time? Did I not see that? Whatever. Okay, so the Reaper, we're gonna have it just path around and look for shit. We're gonna make a reactor right away. It's gonna go this way, and this way. It's just gonna look for stuff. Okay. Now we're gonna make a 2nd barracks here in the back. In case something comes up, we don't want it to see it. And this SCV is gonna make a 3rd barracks. Again, we're still scouting here. We see he's mining 1 guy off of gas only. Actually, that's 2. We can tell because it's a little bit slow. So he's not doing anything gas heavy. And we lift up the depot here, and we send the Reaper in to kill this. Oh, he actually did kill this with the Zealot. Whoops. Okay. Okay, and now we just keep the Reaper here to stop the Zealot. When these 2 guys are done, they go to the natural. This 3rd barracks is a little bit slow, that's fine. When the 2nd barracks is done, it immediately makes a tech lab. And when this guy gets to the natural, you make a engineering bay. And 305 works. Okay, tech lab right away. A naked marine from the 3rd barracks first. And you want to make constant marines here. A supply depot. And you want to grab +1 attack. And a tech lab right here right away. And you want to go back to making constant marine. Constant SCV. Okay, we'll send the Reaper out now to scout because we have a good enough marine count. Now, we'll start a missile turret here. A missile turret here. And a depot right here. Combat shields. Constant marine. Okay. He didn't have his expo yet. One more depot. Now when these 2 guys finish, we'll have 50 gas. We can spend that on 2 marauders. Constant 1 depot at a time. And when these 2 marauders pop, we move out across the map. Make 2 marines behind it. And now we start walking against the map. As I just said, this SCV here makes a factory. When the factory starts, you add your 2nd and 3rd gas at the natural. Keep making workers. The rest of your units get rallied here just for safety reasons. We go and take our 3rd base now. We watch on the minimap for when our army is going to get there. We get it together. Everything will be finished soon. So we can see +1's about to finish. And right as we get in vision range, we stem. And we go up the ramp immediately because he has nothing of threat here. Starport immediately. When the starport starts, you start the next gas and a reactor. You're making just Marines here. We focus this pylon. And we grab 2 more barracks, and we focus the next pylon after. And that should depower everything except for his Stargate. Of course he has one, but he also had a Robo, so that's not too bad. But anyways, we move on to the next game. That's the build. It's pretty strong. It's held by scouting, so people who go for early centuries will often be able to scout it. Also, people who go really fast blink, or a blink all in, will actually kind of shit on you, because in high numbers, stalkers counter bio without medevacs. Medevacs actually mitigate so much damage from the stalkers, it's insane. Because otherwise, stalkers can just kind of infinitely kite bio and trade really well. So we'll do the same build again, just in case people wanted to see it in action a second time. And because it's fast, we're approaching our 16 now. Cool, cool. I realize now that I could probably edit these videos down to 1 hour and get rid of the menu time in between, but that's also some time where I talk. So maybe not. Generally, I'm trying to keep all these videos between 45 minutes to an hour, but like I said, people want me to get out of Silver League faster and move up to Platinum or Diamond. So we're accelerating as we can. Again, with this build, we want to do an 18 scout, so right about here. 17 out of 23 is when you rally. By the way, fundamental things in StarCraft 2, always making sure your buildings are producing something is really important for Terran. Like, if you have to go into a custom game against nobody just to get the feel for how long your things take to build, that is totally fine. I know it's something I used to do, and I still do it in some of my other videos. Like, even though those build videos are builds I already know, it's still nice practice for me to still go back and just check them. Or, like, do a little bit of a macro run of them. Because I do re-record videos if I made major mistakes. Sometimes I'll keep videos in with, like, a couple supply mistakes, but major mistakes always repeat. Okay, so this is huge right here. We see nothing right here. But let's not get scared too early, because we can do a depot right here, and we can check right here, because this is a wall off people like to wall, and it's fine, it's standard. So now pulling his units, we're gonna go reactor here, second barracks. Let's see if he drops down the Nexus here. He should. Okay, he's not though. Okay. Standard game. We'll just send our Reaper to fuck up that probe. So what he did there was he just wanted to wall off so we can't jump up. It's important that your SCV scouts that stuff, otherwise you may panic for no reason. Which is why I said, scary, but wait. See what I did there? Got you scared, I got you thinking. That's good. Think. Think about what your opponent's gonna do in a game. Put the eBay here this time. No reason. Really? At all? Okay, we'll send the Reaper over. It's not going to be able to jump this way, so it's only going to be able to go here, which is fine. We want to scout his natural. Let's grab our tech lab right away. Our barracks are a little bit late, but that's fine. Grab +1. Depot. Okay. He has his Nexus. Tech lab. Rain. Rain. Again, we're just looking at these blue bars over top. Combat shields. You can see how we just get enough gas to like spend it, right? We're spending our money as we get it. It's really key here. 4 minutes, we drop double missile turret. case he goes Stargate. This is the safest way. The other way we can do this is we can take our single Reaper here and just walk it in here, but we don't have the APM for that. So we're not going to do that. It's too high IQ. Instead, we're going to keep shooting at this pylon. Yes, we got it. He has 3 stalkers. Now we can walk in. Just in the nick of time. Okay. Ouch. Okay, whatever though. Our timing's here. We have our units. Let's assemble the Avengers. And let's proceed to move out. 2 Marines. Okay, this actually stays back. Factory. Again, we spend it as we get it. Drop down the 2 gases. Keep making Marines here because we want to save that gas. These forces will arrive as every upgrade is finishing. You can see here we have like 16 more seconds. So we can just gather up here. These guys on gas. Grab a 3rd CC. Okay. And we don't want to stim just yet. You want to hold your stim off as long as you can, just because we don't have any medevac support. Now when his army's here, we stim, kill it really quick. When starport starts, we take the final gas. We have these units here, so they stim, go in. With our units at home, we just kind of stutter towards stalkers because they're really weak. And I'm pretty sure he proxied. Yeah, he did. But you can kind of see there, we just kind of shit all over him. He no longer has mining here. So, that's Three-barracks. Also, that's why we rally our units in the main, so our units don't get caught off guard and they just kind of die. It's a safe way to play it. So our depots could have been slightly faster. Same with our barracks, led to a little bit of supply cap differences, which we can see if we go back to the other game. Our supply cap time was a lot shorter. So you can see small things actually in the game can add up to a big deal, but if you still have the general idea going, it's fine. Okay, let's keep going. TVT, or TV random. Could be a TVT. More stretching. Some people may have heard of a thing called the depot scout, where this SCV is rallied over here, this SCV goes out to scout. Don't do it, it's pretty shit. If you genuinely think your opponent's going to do some sort of a cheese and you don't know what it is, then you can do it, but even then it's really bad. 17 scout, even though it's later, is still the preferred scout. Just because a depot scout, as it's called, will fuck your economy so hard that it's really not worth it to do. One SCV in the early game makes a big difference, so make sure you're constantly producing them. These guys add up. I mean, they may seem lame right now, and they're only a measly 50 minerals, but they pay for themselves quick. Mark my word. I don't know why I said that so weird. Okay, TVZ. Let's check out what he's got before our CC is thrown down. No gas. No pool. He moved his overlord though, so we know he's not AFK. We're gonna keep our SCV here. JK, I lied. He was AFK. He just moved his overlords for no reason. Oh, we did it! Silver 1. Excellent. Oh, what the f... Big MMR. I don't know why I did that. Maybe he was trolling. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyways, everyone, that will conclude part 4. The longest part so far. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get out of Gold League. It's only about 200 MMR away. Not too much. Anyways, that'll be all. Thank you for watching again. Good night. Well, good morning, goodbye, whatever works for you.